Hey, what's the rumpus, everybody? It's Talking Movies. My name is Josh.
I'm Clay.
I'm Chris.
I'm Tom.
And today we're talking about my pick this week. This is the Coen Brothers' Miller's Crossing from 1990, I believe.
Albert Finney, Gabriel Byrne, Marcia Gay Harden, John Turturro.
I can't die out here in the woods like a dumb animal. I can't die.
He's still alive.
You expect me to believe you?
No.
It's you all over town. Alive and no heart.
No one is what they seem to be
Up is down, black is white.
at Miller's Crossing.
Basically a pulpy crime noir in the tradition of Dashiell Hammett, like Maltese Falcon, classic crime movie.
From the 30s, right?
Noirs were like 40s and 50s. Yeah, that's kind of the classic period for those. But the movie is set. Yes, the movie is set in Prohibition, so it's like 1929, I believe. Yeah. So
right.
yeah. So it's about the main character played by Gabriel Byrne. His name is Tom. He's like the right-hand man to a political sort of gangster type figure. There's no way to really explain the plot of this without like untangling all of the like
Oh my goodness.
threads of it. But basically
It'll
the
probably
movie,
help my understanding.
it is in the classic sense of noir. It is a convoluted story, which when
That's
you
the only word I was going to use.
when you untangle it, it actually is like really simple. There's just like a bunch of different characters, and they're all weaving in and out, so it makes it more complicated. But the
From
movie,
an aerial view, it makes a lot of sense. But when you get in there, try to look at it.
oh yeah,
sorry,
when
sorry.
when you're in the ground level, like moment to moment, you're like, what the hell is going on? So especially the first, if you've only seen it once, like if you've seen it a few times, maybe you can kind of track it better. But so it begins with a meeting between John Polito and the political crime figure played by Albert Finney, and Polito's talking about basically he's getting ripped off by this
Give him the
guy.
hi-hat.
He keeps getting the hi hat. You can't fix an honest race anymore. Can't make any money, so he's asking this guy to. It's basically the same beginning as The Godfather. Actually, he's asking someone to get knocked off, right? And Albert Finney basically just stonewalls him. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna. I don't care about you. I'm not. This guy's under protection, so you get out of here."
Well, he tells him, he's like, "You're as big as I let you be."
Yeah,
And it's like that's disrespect, but okay.
And there's this long speech that Polito gives all about ethics, which is hilarious because it's ethics between criminals, right? Yeah. But in a way, like the whole story is like every character has their own set of like moral guidelines in this crime underworld.
Right? Well, that's how it is though. Like that, even in real life, that's how criminal types act. I mean, even within like, let's say punk rock as an example, like there's certain things that we do and how we behave that we don't hold the normal people to, but like within our circles, you're like, you can't do that. And it's not necessarily how everybody else behaves, but it's even worse in like gang culture and stuff. That's not even weird. It's super normal. Prisons, dude.
Right.
That shit is wild how they make you behave. And it's like not.
Yeah. You have to, in every group, you have to like create some form of structure, some rule set, right? That everyone has to adhere to. And you have to, if someone gets out of line, then you gotta knock them down.
and everybody's trying to get, a leg up on the other.
Right.
So yeah, everybody's vying for, the top spot, but
essentially. But what you find out is the reason that they talk about this character for a long time before you meet him, but he's played the guy that's cheating. John Polito is played by John Turturro. And you find out that the reason why he won't let him be killed is because he's the brother of his mistress.
Yeah,
basically. And I think there's a lot of things that you have to read in between the lines, and they don't come right out and say a lot of things. But I think they all know that he's a slimy piece of shit, right?
Oh, her brother? Yes. Even she says it. She's like, his friends didn't care when she thinks he's dead. She's like, his friends didn't care, and he's like, yeah, he didn't care about his friends, and you're like, oh Jesus.
Well, I think Albert Finney knows that he's a piece of shit. Tom definitely knows who he is.
Yeah,
but they're not going to work with Polito because and to them he's small time. And
right,
yeah.
I've seen this movie before, but it's been a long, long time. I didn't realize I'd seen it until we started watching it, and I was like, okay, I think I have seen this. I wasn't sure when you brought it up. I think I might have even said, I think I've seen this before, but I wasn't 100% sure until I was like maybe 10 or 15 minutes in, and I started recognizing dialogue, and I was like, okay, I remember this movie.
Well, the dialogue is the best part.
It's so absurd, but I like it.
Good. It's so good. I mean,
like a foreign language film. I was really having a lot of trouble with it.
Really?
Dude,
it's fast paced.
That's hilarious.
It's fast paced, and
awesome.
they have their own way. Like they have their own shorthand for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I knew what they were saying. Like,
I mean, a lot of it is me. Like I've abused my hearing over the years, and I was trying to watch it on my little TV in my bedroom.
Ooh, yeah.
Like the sound just doesn't hang, and so I was trying to hear, and I was like, man, what in the hell are they saying? I was getting the gist of it, but I wasn't following a lot of the slang and stuff was deep. So
yeah, they definitely have a lot of, I mean, typical Coen brothers, like just recurring slang and catchphrases and stuff like that.
Like, racial slurs and stuff.
Lots of racial slurs, yes.
But yeah, it's still so convoluted that if you miss one of the threads, you're gonna miss the next one, and you're gonna miss the next one. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I know all the pieces to the puzzle, but I mean, I can at least like know enough to follow along and understand why.
Was this their like early work or something?
Yes. So it was Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, and then Miller's Crossing.
Okay, that's what. Okay,
wow.
Very early for them.
That doesn't feel like a Coen Brothers movie to me. This feels like a Guy Ritchie movie, but like toned down a little bit. Like, and even that main dude, he reminded me of Bricktop. It was mostly just his face. Like, it just kind of looked a little bit like that guy.
Albert
Finney,
yeah.
But like, I literally was watching this, and like more than once, I was like, I see what you're doing, Guy Ritchie. Like, because he just pulled from a movie like this. Like, and I'm sure it's from all kinds of noir movies.
Yeah.
But the editing drove me fucking nuts in this movie, and I have to blame you for this shit, Josh, because I wouldn't even notice this shit if I wasn't watching movies with you.
My man is talking about the editing now.
Dude, there was 2 specific scenes that I literally paused, rewound, and rolled my eyes and went, you couldn't have made that better, because if I notice it, it's gotta be bad. At one point, the girl, she's smoking a cigarette and she's standing a certain way. It cuts talking to Tom. It cuts back. She's standing a completely different way. It cuts back, and then it cuts back, and she's standing the same way again. So it must have been like a scene that was like cut, spliced, something put in the middle, and they just didn't catch it. But the really one that annoyed me was when he throws the glass at her, and it hits the mirror, and it breaks up in the top corner.
Yeah.
When it cuts to him, and then it cuts back, the glass
mirror's
is like
broken different.
It's like destroyed. I was like, what? That's definitely a different mirror.
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid. It doesn't actually bother me, but I was like, man.
That sort of editing, I honestly don't care about.
I'm shocked.
At all. Like,
I'm not shocked.
If you watch any Martin Scorsese movie, he does not give a shit about continuity. Like,
That's crazy.
They will cut in between shots, and things will be all over the place different. Like, that stuff does not really matter.
So why does that not bother you then? Because that bothers the fuck out of me, because it seems such a crucial part of the story to me. Like,
Well,
like
and-
I don't know. Continuity is important to me.
I mean, story continuity is,
Or just
but
just that's part of the story. Is like, you know,
background
Yeah.
things like that. A cup is in a different place. Someone's standing a different way. Their cigarette is shorter than it was before. Like,
well, the
whatever,
cigarette
you know,
short thing isn't a big deal, but that glass was completely different. I mean, it
it
looked
was
like
different.
it was. Again,
Yeah.
dude, I go back to the fact that I wouldn't normally even notice this stuff, and it's not enough to make me not watch the movie or to say I don't like it or anything. But
Right.
it drove me nuts, dude. Because after I saw that, I was seeing all kinds of shit, man. I was like, oh fuck, I'm also like obsessive, so I don't like to. I don't want to fucking see
Randy
some kind
hated
of.
the editing.
Oh,
shit.
dude,
It's really not even it's not the editing. It's the shot selection because you're.
I mean, they're
Visual
probably on.
continuity.
I mean, they're on limited budget. They have limited time.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
they only had
so
2 mirrors, Randy.
You get
Give
yeah,
them a
you
break.
get yeah. Say,
Then
I mean,
don't throw a goddamn rock at one of them.
yes, you get two good takes. You got to take what you can get sometimes.
No,
I
I do understand that.
I think if you're, it's the same way that Martin Scorsese does. Like, if you're in the scene, if you're feeling the emotion of the scene, that shit really doesn't matter. Like, if you're in it, it's gonna wash over you, right?
Again, I don't watch movies the same way you do.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at all the like historically, like doing this with you guys. Look at all the weird things that I've pointed out, and you're like, "What? That bothers
Yeah,
you?"
you
So
always
I
do
just
point out weird, random
So-
background
OCD
things.
so like so like I just accept that that's just it is what it is. I like the movie. I don't have an issue with the movie.
Yeah.
There was a couple of things that I did have an issue with, like outside of that silliness, that actually affected kind of my feelings on the movie, but
Mhm.
it wasn't anything that was as silly as that. It was more or less. I thought it was a little bit long and like slow. Like the pacing was. It was. It took a lot of work for me to get through this movie, and I was expecting not to have that feeling. There was parts where it was flying by, and then there would be parts where I was like, "Would you just get on with it?" Because they were just talking about the same thing they talked about 10 minutes ago. Well, this guy's talking about it now, and now this guy's talking about it. No, these guys are meeting up, and we know you don't like him because you said that shit 3 other scenes. You've done that shit 3 times where you don't like each other. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know if there's a way to fix that without messing up the movie. So, I only watched it like 1 1/4 times. So I didn't, I'd have to watch it a few more times before I actually had an opinion on whether or not they could fix something like that. I don't know. Probably not. They're expert filmmakers. I'm not. So.
Yeah. I'd seen this once before and a long time ago, like probably at least 10 years ago. And I think I was probably folding laundry or something when I was watching it. So I was like not like deep paying attention to it. And I don't think I definitely didn't remember most of it. I remembered the scene of him walking in Miller's Crossing, walking John Turturro out to kill him. That's a big, memorable moment.
That's a famous scene.
Yeah, it's a very famous scene. I had that stuck in my brain, but the rest of it was pretty fuzzy.
And you loved it, right?
Oh yeah, this is a 5-star movie for me. I think
The
it's
almost flew out of his head.
100% perfect. I wouldn't change the frame of it.
Oh no, it's definitely not perfect. It's far, far, far from that. But it is a great movie. I will agree. It's a great
I wouldn't
movie.
even say it's my favorite Coen Brothers movie still. I think they've got probably like 5 or 6 movies that are 5-star masterpieces to me, but yeah, I think it's a incredible movie. I was bowled over by it watching it this time.
Well, I want to say this, dude, because it has to be talked about. I'm so fucking glad that in the movie they addressed the fact that those 2 fucking numbskulls didn't go check on the body, because
Yeah,
I literally almost quit watching it. I was like watching it, I was like, there's no fucking
they just
way
let
they're
him
gonna-
walk out there.
I
by
was like,
himself.
they're gonna let him get back in the car. I was like, is this a cartoon? I was just like, what are we doing? Because dude, at points in this movie, it felt like Roger Rabbit to me. Like I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it
Roger
definitely
Rabbit is like making fun of all noir movies, basically.
True. Good point. Very good point. I love Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has. Like, I saw this probably 10 plus years ago too, and I mean, I'm sure I'd probably like watch The Big Lebowski, and then I think I picked up this, and I think Bart and Fink were in, or maybe it was even this, Barton Fink and Blood Simple, something like that. So yeah, like I didn't remember a lot of the details of this either. And if you had asked me a week ago, I would have said this is one of the Coen brothers' more serious movies, and it is definitely not. It definitely has all that signature Coen brothers silliness, you know.
I feel like that's kind of what was giving me issues, is that I wanted it to pick a lane and it just didn't. It was like, nah, I'm just gonna hop back and forth, and I was like, fuck. Like I just, my brain is not built for that shit, dude. Like I need one or another. Like, but again, like it was a good movie. I just, there was things about it where I was like, oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah, I was definitely watching. I was like, I love this, and nobody else is gonna like it as much as I do.
Clay, how do you feel about this shit? You want to blow your brains out watching it? Is what it looks like.
Man, I really, really had a hard time with this movie, and I hate the fact that I don't like it. Just like really
I was thinking he was gonna be the the odd man out of this, because I don't think it's your style of humor. And I don't think you're very big on like old timey stuff.
It does not feel like a Clay movie to me.
Yeah. I've seen the Maltese Falcon, and I was kind of like, yeah, I saw the Maltese Falcon, and I know it's like one of the greatest noir movies of all time.
I so understand that, dude.
This one, man, I mean, it wasn't bad. I would say. I know it's me. I know it's not. You know,
it's not
consensus. You. Yeah, but I mean, like you look anywhere, it's got like a 7.7 on IMDb. Man, I really was like, what is it about this that doesn't appeal to me? And I think it's like sort of caricatures, they call it, like exaggerated characters. And, you know, that's throughout. And I think that's really consistent with most Coen brothers films. Sorry, my dog.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, exaggerated characters who do kind of ridiculous things. And man, I can't anchor onto anything. The story was good, but like I said, I felt like it was a foreign language in some spots. And then I was trying to watch it for free because I knew I probably would be up in the air with it, and I didn't want to buy it, but it didn't have subtitles. So I was like, man, what in the hell are they saying here? Like, this is deep, thick Chicago stuff. But and I ended up buying it so I could get the subtitles. And man, I mean, you know, it's a good movie. I feel like I need to watch it again to see, like, maybe there's some layer there, but it was like Randy was saying, it was particularly slow in spots, and then there would be like killing and fighting, but it was very like dialogue driven. I have trouble with names. You have to really know who they're talking about. They got, you know, Leo, they've got the Dane, they've got like all these people. Yeah. And so that's, you know, Coen Brothers starts off with, they just launch you into the world and you have to sort of figure it out. You have to figure out who they're talking about and figure out which character is what. And like, dude, that pisses me off. 45 minutes into the movie, I'm like, which one is the Dane? Like trying to look it up. And I'm like, I can't deal with this. But
that's
now that I know,
that's exactly what I love about it.
That's exactly what I love about it, because they just put you into a world. You know, and it's a fully realized, you know, like living, breathing thing. You know, some movies just feel just flat, or, you know.
I hate when you're just like being spoon fed like all the information, when all the information is there, and you can tell it in a way like this where you as the audience are expected to engage, and
it feels like real dialogue. You know, so many movies just like Josh said, like spoon feed you stuff, and the dialogue just doesn't feel authentic because they're explaining things to a movie audience instead of actually having two conversations between two people.
Well,
that like fly on the wall, just
they do such a good job, just like Tarantino, of just having natural, you know, realistic type conversations.
Yeah,
and he's gone.
and I wouldn't even.
I'm here. I'm just fixing my camera.
And I would say this is not exactly realistic dialogue, but it is.
Well, it's definitely elevated.
It's elevated for its time, and it is inflecting what movies of its time, right?
Yeah.
Dude, so okay, it's funny because I fall directly 1 foot in each of y'all's camps. Like I agree with Chris and Josh, as in like I don't want to be spoon fed everything.
Yeah.
Because it drives me absolutely nuts for them to say something really simple that I already knew. But also that when they get too complicated with that, I feel like it's a disservice to people, specifically people like me and Hugh. I am terrible with fucking names, dude. So I'll watch a movie and I'll be in my second or third watch before I realize who it is that I'm supposed to be watching. And it's just, to me, that's aggravating. Like I don't want to have to like get on my phone while I'm watching it to figure out who's who. But like at the same time, you don't have to tell me like a dude's running by. You don't have to go, oh, that's the thief. I can make that out. I can figure that out. But like, dude, maybe make sure it's not like dude, do it like a coffee pot. Drip the people in, so that way when I get to know them a little bit, I've talked to Tom a little bit. Oh, I've talked to Leroy a little bit. It's not a major complaint, but it does mess me up because how many times have I gone, oh, I didn't realize that when we're talking about movies, because I'm thinking of a completely different person because I just didn't understand who was who. This one's tough about that, but I also really hate being talked to like I'm an idiot. So it's like I feel like I kind of am an idiot at times, but I'm like I don't want to. But I would like at least let me fail. Like let me try. You're not letting me try. But so I follow directly on both sides of this one. I see both your points very. It's
the kind of movie that rewards rewatches, though.
Like, that's what I was going to say.
That you can come back to, and you will always get something more from it. Like there is layers to it. Well, there is depth behind the characters. As much as they, on the surface, they can feel very caricature-y.
Well, they were, but they're still,
but there's a lot of things that they're not saying that you can that are implied that you can glean from their conversation. The things that they're lying about that they're not saying, and all these sort of things. Like you could sit there and study each character and come up with like their backstory because there's all the details are there.
Well, but sometimes like, okay, so what I was going to say earlier that I just spaced and forgot to say was that word rewatchability. They want you to be able to rewatch these kind of movies, right? But that's not always good because not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody has the time to do that. I like to watch movies. I like to watch movies maybe twice. But I have to really like a movie to want to watch it over and over. Like I just watched Longlegs again. I love that movie. Like I will watch that movie probably twice a year from here on out. I love it. But, do I expect other people to want to watch that movie like that? Hell no, dude. No. So, it's not, I don't get offended when somebody doesn't like Longlegs or somebody doesn't like Miller's Crossing or somebody doesn't like Terrifier. You like your movies for the reason you like them. And this one is a little bit complicated. I think one of my main issues is that the main guy, I just fucking didn't like him. A great actor. I just don't like the character, man.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks, man.
He is an asshole. Like
he's just a proud asshole. And I'm like,
smart ass.
Yeah, it's just
they say it a lot.
Go ahead.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah. And what you find out too is that he's probably never pulled a trigger, right?
No.
Yeah, he's when they go back into the woods, he's throwing up because he thinks he's about to die.
Yeah.
Like he's not a trigger man. He's not the guy that does things. He's the guy that makes things happen, right? He's the guy that gets other people to do things.
Yeah, he's just the slime ball that's in somebody's ear and he's, tagging along at their coattails, just trying to position himself in with somebody else. So he's a slime ball just as much as all the other.
Oh no, I definitely thought he was the slime balliest. I thought he was the biggest douchebag out of all of them. I like the little dude with the pencil stripe mustache. He was my favorite character in the whole movie because he's just like he's like he's like I couldn't kill him, man. I told him I wouldn't, and I'm like I like that. I can understand that way of thinking.
So hilariously, he's the most moral character in the whole movie, right?
Right.
He's the one talking about ethics the whole time. When he's
like, why can't I just fix the fight and have the fight fixed? And I'm like,
he kicks the mayor out of the office, and then they're having a conversation, and it's like, that's an interesting ethical question. Like he's like,
Yeah, he was my favorite character because his dumbass kid comes in there.
Yes.
Dude.
A hot dog with mustard.
Oh, and that big ass woman, you're like, that I feel you, brother. I'd be in organized crime too if I were you. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near those people. Like,
And then he slaps him in the face and he's like, kids, you gotta be firm.
he slapped the dog shit out of that kid. I was like, get him, bro. Get him. Yeah, this movie is like I felt like it was a fucking cartoon the whole time, which I guess is intentional.
Yeah,
but like,
so I was just, it's definitely not probably the best example of, like true realistic dialogue because it is so elevated. But yeah, it's so weird at times and goofy that, I mean, I could definitely see how it's just hard to kind of get on its wavelength. But I mean, I've seen.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I've seen most of Coen Brothers stuff over the years, and I remember liking this, but I don't think I really got it 10 plus years ago.
I think seeing some classic noirs helps too. Like we did The Big Sleep a long time ago. Seeing stuff like that and seeing like, oh, this is what they're trying to do with this. Like it makes it click more. I think that was like my problem before. Sorry. But seeing a lot more of those movies, I get it way more. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just dying to say this. It seems like an homage to the 30s films, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that was like really interesting because you like westerns, and westerns there's very little law. And then this is sort of in a transitionary period where we're starting to have some law, but there's no forensics or anything. So people are being killed in the street and killed in their house.
Yeah.
And cops are like, hey, we're still interrogating him, and beating the shit out of this guy.
So the interesting thing about the noir films was they started in the 40s, right when World War II started. So before then there's a production code, like bad guys have to be punished at the end of movies. Like there's very specific codes about ethics about films. Like and the war really brought out the dark side in people, made them start seeing like the evils, like the depression and like all just like the shadows started to creep in, right? That's when the noir films really started, like when people were out at war. Like Humphrey Bogart, like the biggest noir actor, right? He was a nobody, like a B movie guy, until World War II started, and most of the major actors of that time, like Jimmy Stewart and people, they all went to war. And so you had like all these B-level actors come in and start doing like the A pictures. And that's kind of was what lifted them up.
Yeah, like comic books went through the same thing. Like
that's exactly what I was thinking.
The Comics Code Authority, I think is what it's called, or whatever. Yeah. That you got pre-code comics, and and then the famous Spider-Man issue that like I think Stan Lee just didn't get the Comics Code Authority for because it talked about drugs and stuff in it. Yeah.
I was going to tell
Art Deco. Sorry, Art Deco is good.
What is Art Deco?
It's like big winged things and like sconces, lampshades, stuff like that are like, if you Google Art Deco, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know that, but it's sort of like 40s, 30s, 40s Gilded Age kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And so like they're going down some of the hallways, and you can see like the light fixtures are Art Deco. And
okay, I do know what you mean. Then I wasn't sure if I caught that right. I just
Googled it. Yeah. I know exactly.
Dude,
it's awesome. So I saw some of that, and so for a period piece, I think it really was effective. They got the language right. They got the slang. They got the
even like he goes in to interrogate this one guy at one point, and he's sitting there eating cereal, and it's puffed rice. Like he got this like box. It's like it had to be like a period accurate box. Like I just thought like little details like that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like scattered around his apartment. I think he had like cans and stuff. And it was those like twisty top can things and stuff.
I mean, I would be surprised that they didn't go through the trouble to do that. That does seem like a little bit lazy to me, honestly. If you're gonna make a piece that's in the period, you can't just be like, "Oh, I have a modern fucking. Oh, we got just a cell phone sitting over here." You're like, "What? You didn't fucking move that?"
Game of Thrones with their Starbucks.
Right. Dude. I got a weird lamp this past weekend that feels like it might fit this Art Deco. It's like really, really old. This woman just gave it to me. It's at the shop right now. I'm gonna take it home and I'm gonna hit it with some paint thinner and clean it all up and just see what it looks like. It's cool as fuck looking. I was gonna say, if somebody that's watching this doesn't really like it much, but wants a similar style movie but a different tone, watch Road to Perdition, because this whole movie, all I was thinking is like, I'd rather be watching Road to Perdition. Like, I love that fucking movie, and it's got a lot of the same clothing and same like talk and same similar. I don't even know if it's exactly the same time period.
It's Prohibition.
It just reminds me. Okay, it is. Okay, so it reminds me that movie is one where I was like flabbergasted by how dark it really was. But
yeah, and not to get ahead of ourselves, because I'm sure we're going to talk about it. But Sinners, I mean. It was kind of weird going straight from. From
I was gonna say, I almost said to
this.
you like this is like a kind of a good double feature. There's similar periods.
That's a good point. That's funny because they're so different. Because they're one's up in the East Coast, one's down in the South, but it's like the same time period. Like, oh, we were different worlds back then.
This is Louisiana.
So we're talking about Sinners now.
No. Well,
wait. Miller's Crossing is Louisiana.
Miller's Crossing was shot in Louisiana. Yeah,
but was it based in Louisiana?
I mean,
I don't think they said.
They don't ever say a city, but
I thought it was based up in like the Chicago area.
I thought it was Chicago too, man.
No, it's never said what city it is. It's in, and it's all shot in Louisiana. It's
Well, I still think that it looks entirely different than the other movie, but I'm shocked to hear that. That's cool though. But yeah, I think Miller's Crossing is a pretty good movie, man. I want to watch it. I really hated the actress that they had play that girl. I fucking thought she was a 3 out of either, dude. Yes, bro, she's supposed to be like a bitchy teacher or like a shitty sidekick, not like the hot girl, because she's just not the hot girl.
I mean, I didn't think she was the hot girl. She was just the whore.
She was
just.
But she's supposed to be the hot girl. She's the only fucking girl. Like, you can't have Roseanne as the only girl. Like, that doesn't make. Well, I guess you.
I thought she was really good.
She was
really. I thought her acting was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
I'll watch it again and see what I thought. I didn't think it was very good at all. But whatever.
No, I thought. I think she's generally okay in movies, but
no, she's okay in movies.
I thought she was good and pretty sexy, honestly. Like she's a bitch, but
poor casting, man. I thought she was very unattractive.
I mean, part of it might be like go watch some 40s noir movies. Like she's doing that pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I don't think like how many like town hookers were that hot back in the 40s.
I mean, it's a fucking movie. I don't give a shit about the town hookers. I want a sexy woman as the slutty chick in the movie.
Yeah, she's supposed to have two love interests, right? It's sort of a love triangle situation, right? So you would think she'd be.
Yo, speaking. I mean, yeah. I'm not shocked. Yeah, I'll talk about this in a minute. It's a different movie, so I'll talk about it later. But yeah, hopefully I'll remember because it is funny. It pertains to like love interest stuff. But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was like a solid B+ movie, like a good movie. I liked it quite a bit. Like I kind of want to buy a copy of it. But
look amazing on the projector. Like I was losing my mind.
I did think it was a pretty movie. I liked it. Like the shades were pretty. I thought there was a lot of dark, like dark greens, grays, blacks, and blues that I like to look at. I thought there was a lot of that, mainly because the time it was supposed to be based in. There was wasn't a lot of pinks, purples, greens, and yellows back then that were weren't bright colors. At least not within that culture and city type shit. But I thought solid B+. I'm not gonna go around and be like, oh, fucking 5 stars. I don't think it was a 5-star.
I get it.
Maybe 3.5, 3.75, close to 4. Very, very good movie. I would do want to watch it again.
Cool. Yeah. What do you? I think that the action sequences. There's not a lot of them, but
terrible.
Really?
Fuck, they're awful. Yes. Well,
so
okay. No.
Well, like the Danny Boy sequence when they go into Leo's house and he grabs the Thompson and shoots everybody up. Like
there were a couple of scenes revolving around action that I didn't like. Let me put it that way, because I overall think it was fine. But like but the things are that the stuff that bothered me was really glaringly bad, and the stuff that wasn't like it was good. I didn't think it was spectacular. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I think you think the movie's far a bit better than I would think it is, right? So
yeah,
saying that means like anything that's like really bad, it really bothered me. Whereas something that would bother me, I think you're looking over it as if it's not an issue for you, which is fine. It's a subjective conversation. So
I think it's just like the dialogue and everything. It's just overly exaggerated, to almost the point of ridiculous. Just machine gun fire and
machine gun fire. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. I guess it's hard to. It's like, is it realistic? No. It's kind of silly, but it
that's
works.
That's what yes. I see what you're saying. I agree with that. I just don't think it works. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not my cup of tea. Like the when he punches.
That's so surprising to me because it's so violent and over the top. It feels like it almost feels like a Sam Raimi scene. Like it feels like something that I would think that you would like. Honestly.
Interesting. I didn't hate it. I didn't turn it off or anything. There was the two scenes, specifically the machine gun thing, drove me fucking nuts. 738 rounds, bro. You're just gonna for like a minute and a half. I think I've just watched, dude, 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't have cared about that. But I've watched so many like realistic movies now to where like when they run out of ammunition, they reload or ditch the gun. To where that shit, I don't know that ever used to bother me. I don't know if I ever noticed it. But once it started becoming a thing in movies it just bothers me. And when he punched Tom, he was like 7.5 feet from him. Like, dude, like it just doesn't even look like he hit the guy. It just was stupid looking to me. But whatever.
So yeah, like I think that's the point. Like the scene Josh mentioned where they break into the dude's house, and then like
Josh is like, you're an idiot.
Well, then, like later in the movie,
disagree. It's okay.
Well, they're shooting one of his like clubs or whatever, and it's like 50 cops all with guns.
Yes,
and like they just annihilate, and the dude just like, huh? He just kind of sticks his head up, and they just keep blasting.
The cop that gets shot in the street.
Yeah,
that was Sam Raimi.
Oh, was it? I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah, it's Sam Raimi because they worked together. I think Joel Coen, he edited Evil Dead or something like that.
Okay,
like they worked together in the early days, so they're buddies.
Very Looney Tunes.
Right. But yeah, I definitely thought it was like silly and ridiculous.
Well, like when
I was laughing my ass off at it,
dude. When the old guy, when they come in his house and then it gets set on fire and he's laying on the floor and he shoots that guy, and then he runs and jumps out the window, throws his gun out, and it's clearly like a 20-year-old that jumps down. I was like,
it's definitely a stun double. Yeah,
I was like, bro, that shit just like it just doesn't even look. I guess but I do think it's probably intentional. But like, I don't think
I don't think it looks that bad, but yeah, obviously Albert Finney isn't gonna move like that. But
yeah, dude, it just looked like a completely different person. Like it just didn't.
But you can't see like his face or anything. I think it works just fine.
Of course you do. If this was anything that I'd picked out, you'd be like, "That's fucking ridiculous." Like,
yeah, I mean, like I think they did a good job with like what. But just it's situationally, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That him jumping out the window is ridiculous, and just landing and getting back up and running down the street and blasting machine guns.
Just have a guy that's shaped like him at least. Like that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking to make it realistic. Just make it look like not a fucking Michael Phelps jumping out of a window instead of him. It looked fucking absurd.
I think you're overstating it a little bit, but
sure okay. I am. I mean, you said it was a perfect movie, so
yeah,
I think you're overstating that. So whatever.
For me, I think that it does everything perfectly for me for what I like.
I'll take Donnybrook.
I know you will. That's okay. Yeah, it's a great movie. I don't know what
the world thinks so too, man. I think I'm in an extreme minority here, so
yeah. And I don't think it's a 5. It's probably at like a 4.25 for me. Maybe not quite a 4.5.
Yeah.
But solid.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. The Coen brothers are my wavelength. Like they're like in my top 3 filmmakers. I love what they do. So they click for me. So I get it if it doesn't work for perfectly for everybody, but they're my cup of tea.
It makes sense. And like this though, I think style works perfectly for like the again, the over the top, noir works perfectly, I think, with the Coen brothers, just sense of humor and the way they operate, I think just works for them.
Yeah.
I genuinely want to see somebody draw this up and do the entire movie like exactly the same, use all the same sounds and audio dialogue, but make it a cartoon.
You could.
No, I'm not kidding at all. I would love to watch that. I think that would make it a way better movie for me.
I mean, you could make it a Looney Tunes movie. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, you could do that with just about any 40s, 50s noir movie too. Like it would work the same way. It's the tone of the. I see your face. It's okay. It's not for you.
Oh, dude, that's funny as fuck.
It's just the tone, the pitch of that type of filmmaking. That's how it is. Anyways, we'll move on. We don't have to agree. Randy, it's your pick next week.
I got to change my pick, man. I do not want to watch the movie I had picked out. So hold on 1 second. Let me turn my fan on.
Okay. Well, we'll give him a second. That's fine.
Suspense is killing me.
I have no idea what I want to watch. I don't have a fucking clue.
Okay, well, let's talk about Sinners, and you can think about it. I mean, we have been talking about a movie, like you picking a movie for like 3 months.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to pick. I decided not to pick it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's talk about Sinners then, and you can think about your pick then. New movie that came out this week with Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler. We all got to see it. We all went to a movie this weekend for like the first time this year, right?
Separately, but
separately. Yeah, but we all went and made an effort to go see a movie. So, and we all liked it a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sinners then.
Sinners.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to top this year for me. I mean, there's not a ton I'm super excited about. And I think this is actually take that back. I watched Mickey 17, so this is the second 2025 movie I've watched. I haven't watched very many, but but still, like this is going to be hard to beat.
It uses so many, like tried and true storytelling methods, like the Prohibition gangster story, and then, spoiler alert, the vampire mythology, and it's pretty traditional with its rules and things, but it tells it in a very unique blend. Like it really really kind of stirred up some like a unique version of it. I don't know. I freaking loved it.
Yeah, like I really like the
super creative. Yeah,
I really like just the musical. I won't go too deep into it since it is still so new. But I'd like the way they did the musical like connection to it with, him playing the blues, wanting to play the blues, and what he actually was. And all the songs were great, and the music was great. The score was great. So just the whole musical side of it worked well.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you got, Randy?
What?
Randy's cooking.
You just staring. Like I'm just waiting for you to say like, "Oh, I hated this movie." I was just
I liked it. I'm just not as high on it as y'all are, but I
figured you were the lowest of the.
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit, but it was there was a few things that I really would have changed, but I mean overall I thought I had a great time. So I liked oh fuck, dude, some of the things they said in it were really cool. I like Michael B. Jordan. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah.
I like the casting just all around in general. I thought the casting was pretty great. I I like some of the intricate, like the part where they're in the juke and they're doing that shit, and then like time kind of fucks around.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. I thought it was done very well.
Everyone has been talking about that moment because it is like a unique cinematic moment, like that people haven't really seen.
Yeah, it's kind of the centerpiece of the movie, I think, where everybody's kind of like, revolving around that part.
Because it's like it's a weird choice, right?
Yeah.
It could kind of fall flat. Like there's people twerking. Like
I thought it was really done really well, but I could also understand why some people may not like it at all.
Yeah,
it would almost certainly be a bunch of old white people, but like I can understand.
It was tripping.
But I will say I did. Let me preface this with I really like the movie. I'll probably buy a copy. I want Carissa to watch it. I thought it was a great movie.
Mm.
There was a lot that I was like, what? That was a weird choice to make because I felt like I knew from the beginning to the very end of the movie, I knew the whole movie before I was like, okay.
There's no way you knew what was going to happen the whole time. It takes some crazy. Okay, go ahead.
I just don't understand how you thought it. I mean, sure, whatever. I mean, the whole time there was not a single moment in this movie where I was surprised. Yeah, I liked the movie, but I wasn't surprised by any of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with that because they're setting up this whole, event.
Yeah,
and
I think it's just a unique spin.
It's a vampire movie.
No, it was I liked the movie, but I was expecting there to be something that I was like, oh shit, didn't see that coming, and there just wasn't. Like there wasn't that.
What, in my opinion, I hope I don't ruin this for anybody. There's like a sequence of endings, right? And I think that was one of the endings was supposed to be like, hey, surprise. And to me, that felt a little shoehorned in, particularly. But
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like the clan stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I thought you were. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See that I was not thinking about that when we got to the end of the movie. When you get to the sun up vampire. Well, I mean, we're talking about this is not going to come out for like 2 weeks anyway. I've got another one that I've still got to post first.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, you get this whole like traditional like the sun comes up, all the vampires burn up. Like yeah, every vampire movie ends that way. Yes, I was expecting that, obviously. But then you get this whole other sequence with the Ku Klux Klan, which, I mean, yes, they mentioned that at the very beginning, but not enough that I was really thinking about it coming back.
Well, let me be clear. I didn't say that I was like, ooh, and then they're going to come back as these fucking guys. That's not what I said. Okay. I just said I wasn't surprised by any of it. Like, none of it caught me off guard. Like, when they, as an example, using that scene, and when that guy said, oh, no, the Klan's no longer around, I literally in my head was like, well, that's going to come back in a little while. Yeah. Don't know exactly when, but so when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking might be happening.
Linear. Yeah.
So, like, I'm not trying to show the movie. I genuinely liked it quite a bit. Like, I was pleased with it a lot, but yeah. I would like to have had a little more, like when the girl goes outside and she's like yelling about her husband, the Asian woman, and she comes back inside and I'm like, oh my God, is she really going to say that shit? And then like 2 minutes later, she says that shit. And I was like, oh God, like, why do you have to do this? Like, I get it. Like you got to make the movie go, but like I don't know. I felt like there was so many things about it that I thought were really promising. And, I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on this movie. I don't want to get into some fucking dumbass argument about it.
It is definitely not a perfect movie. Like I don't think it's structurally as sound as something like Miller's Crossing, where like everything about that story works to me. Like it all ties back together, and the story concludes like it's a solid story. Like there's messiness in this.
Right. I just
certainly
did. Now I only watched it the one time. What were the effects? Were a lot of it was digital, correct? Like
so, I mean, some of it is, but there's some
good practical stuff, but there was a lot of like, at least I thought that I was seeing a lot of digital like splatter shit. and I that's the thing that irks me. It is what it is. But like, I don't know. I probably ranked this movie higher than I did Miller's Crossing. Now, do I think it's a better movie? I don't know about that, but
yeah.
I liked watching it. I do want to watch it again. When I left the theater, I was bummed out that I couldn't have taken Carissa. I think she would like it a lot.
Yeah, I actually took Tori to it, and I was like,
nice.
I don't think you're gonna want to watch this movie, but do you want to go see this? Because I want to go see it. And she was like, looks creepy. All right, I guess so.
That feels like exactly what she said.
And there's a few times where she was like, I don't want to be watching this, but we got to the end of the movie and she liked it quite a bit. So
the drool thing got me. I was like, oh, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, that's nasty. But well, I mean, whatever. I like nasty ass movies, but like that was I spitting in my mouth. Like, no, thank you, dude. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, and that girl is like stupid fine. Dude, spit over there. Like, fucking gross, man.
Yeah, that definitely caught me off guard, but I thought that was awesome.
When she said something about getting some pussy, I was like, I got physically, I was like, oh shit. All right.
They talk about eating pussy in this movie quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when he gets down there and she's like, I walked up here, I was like, oh god damn, like, yo, get her a fucking dude. Fucking,
just like, I just want to taste it.
Yeah, I was like, no, you don't, bro. You don't want a loaf of sourdough in your mouth right now, you nasty motherfucker.
He didn't know it was his first time.
This is a commercial. This is definitely a commercial for Summer's Eve, bro. It's just like, yeah, dude. He's like down there, all you hear is douche. Summer's Eve. Like, anyways, it was a cool movie, man. I enjoyed it. I thought there was some silly choices, but like overall, I had a pretty fucking good time, man. I wish if this is like the floor for the year, I'll be really excited. If it's the ceiling for the year, I'll be a little disappointed. I think this is. Really? I don't like when Chris said I think it's gonna be hard to beat. I don't know if I agree with that because I saw the trailer for a couple of movies that I think are going to easily beat this movie, but they could also come out and suck ass. So I don't know. I haven't seen them, but there's a lot of like when I texted y'all, there's a lot of movie star shit happening, and the only one that I'm a little worried about is The Accountant 2. Looks like shit. Looks so stupid, but all the other shit I saw looked fairly good.
Yeah. I just said that as like there's not a lot of stuff I'm like super like there's no Robert Eggers movie or there's an Ari Aster movie. Is that coming out this year?
Eddington, yeah.
I mean, I know Josh has a PTA movie coming out, so that's probably already shoehorned in his top spot. But
that movie looks that movie looks cool.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Dude, I'm excited for that movie. When it said Paul Thomas Anderson, I literally was the only person in the theater that went because I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. I shouldn't be liking this. This doesn't look like a movie I want to watch. Or he's not, he doesn't make movies I like. But
they have said that it's a really big budget movie. It's over $100 million.
What's it called again?
It is.
I don't even know.
Let's see. I'll just look up his name.
Jesus Christ! I'm forgetting.
I'm just looking up his name.
Fuck. My brain was somewhere else.
Yeah.
One Battle for Another.
One Battle After Another. Yeah.
One Battle After Another. Yeah, that looks like a cool movie, man. I'm excited to see that. I like Brad Pitt a lot. And so I'm interested in this weird racing movie he's doing.
F1 movie.
Dude, the camera angles they get with these cars, I don't even like racing, but they're so fucking cool looking that I'm like, shit, I kind of want to watch that. And then you got The Accountant 2, man. What do you guys think about this?
Never saw the first one.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, dude.
The first one's cool.
This new one looks retarded.
The trailer is amping up it's a fun action movie. Like,
yeah,
a little
dude.
Too much.
And it's like,
I think it would probably be fun.
He dials up the autism to 20, and I'm like, fucking calm down, man.
The first movie.
I need to go rewatch that then. I'll go rewatch it because I know he does some weird shit, but it felt like a cartoon. And maybe I'll rewatch the first one because I remember liking it a lot. It felt like this was a very big departure from the first one, but maybe I don't remember it correctly. I like what's his face too. Affleck and
John Bernthal.
I love Bernthal. So I really want to like this. When I saw the poster, I was like, "Ooh, that'll be cool." But
yeah,
the trailer fucking had me so bummed out.
It looks like a lot more Bernthal, which it's hard for me to say no to.
I like Bernthal a lot.
Bernthal shoot people.
I saw this little clip of him talking to the blonde girl from Daredevil, and she's explaining D&D to him. And I think he fell in love with her in like 2 minutes, dude. She was so charming and lovely when she did this. And she's real pretty anyways. And she had her straight ass hair. It was like over her ears. I showed it to Chris. I was like, does she look like an elf to you? And she was like, yeah, she does. It was crazy. But Bernthal's the shit. Yeah, Bernthal's the shit, bro. I love that guy.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
He's awesome.
Yeah, love Bernthal.
What else is coming out this year? Oh, the fucking Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, bro.
Bro, that shit looks so fucking stupid. Like in a good way. Like, looks ridiculous, bro. He runs like 75 times in that movie. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I like the last one.
I love Tom Cruise, bro. I love that guy.
It's never gonna be on like the top of my list.
It's because of Tom Cruise, but
it'll have a decent spot, but it's never gonna be.
Oh, that movie will probably be like my favorite movie of the year unless something comes out of the woodworks with a horror movie. Like, I hope there's a good horror movie this year. Is there anything coming out? I don't know. I don't know of it yet. But
I don't know either.
Most horror movies, you don't hear about them like way ahead.
Right. It's like, oh shit, 2 weeks we got this coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get some stuff, but most of it'll be towards the end of the year, probably.
Dude, I'm about to take my whole movie budget for the year and buy a good ass screen for this projector. I ain't going to the fucking movies no more. I'm just gonna watch shit at home, dude. Like, I am shocked at how much I even enjoyed having that in the office, dude. Like, we're getting a different chair in here. I'm fuck it. I'm not going to the movies no more. Maybe like 2 or 3 times a year. Like, it's gonna have to be big shit. Like Mission Impossible, I want to see that in a theater.
Yeah.
But like anything outside of a spectacle, I just would rather watch it at home because I already was leaning that way anyways.
Yeah.
And then having this, and I got the surround sound working, and I was like, oh fuck, I don't think I'll ever go to the theater again because I just don't. Like, even this time I went, it was overall a pretty good experience, but they fucked up my food. They didn't bring me anything to drink for almost an hour. Like, and I'm just like, dude, could I not have just a normal fucking experience? And it was like, I had people, I know, dude, that's what I'm saying. So, like, why even go mess with it? And I had people in there, nobody was talking or anything. Well, dude, there was this woman behind me. Every time something like remotely scary happened, she would yell like really loud. Ah, shit! Why'd you do that? I'm like, bro, normally that would make me so angry, but the movie wasn't a particularly like quiet, creepy film.
Yeah.
So I was dying laughing, bro. I was like this woman, and she was very clearly like a large black woman.
Yeah,
and, dude,
right.
I was dying, bro.
Honestly, that's why you go to the movies sometimes. Like, you want people's reactions to shit.
Oh shit! Why'd you do that? She said that like 3 times. Oh shit! Why'd you do that? I was like, because they're not. What do you mean? Why do you do that? But like, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Sinners was a cool movie though. I liked Haley Steinfeld. Boy, I tell you, good lord, that woman is ridiculous looking. But it took me like a full few minutes to figure out who she was. I was like, I know that girl, and then I was like, oh fuck, I know her from like her whole life. We've been watching her since she was little. True Grit, right?
True Grit.
Her first movie was a Coen Brothers movie.
Yep.
True Grit.
It's my first saw her in.
Yeah.
She'd never done any movies, I don't think.
You know what? One thing surprised me in that movie. I didn't watch a trailer for it or anything. I only knew like a very little bit about it. So at one point when they're talking to Michael B. Jordan and then he turns around and it's another Michael B. Jordan, I had no idea it was going to be 2 of him.
Oh, really?
I had no idea.
Cool.
I didn't know anything about the movie. So I was like, I went based solely on you guys saying you liked it. I was like, oh, I don't know nothing about this. I'm not going to watch a trailer or nothing. I went
I assume
blind.
you knew about the vampire stuff, right?
Yes. I don't know how I heard about it, but I heard something about it. And I was like, somebody said it was like a From Dusk Till Dawn or something. And I was like, all right, cool.
I think I mentioned that after I got out of the theater.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you told me that. But
I only said that to like, if y'all went to see it, to set your expectations, because it's not a vampire movie for like an hour and a half, you know?
Yeah. I wasn't bothered by you telling. I don't care about spoilers either very often, typically. But like, I just didn't know that he was going to be in it with 2 characters. And I literally was like, man, that's good for you, man. Good job. Fuck yeah, that's cool, man. It's got to be hard to do.
And they were distinct characters. Like, you could tell the difference between them. He did a really good job, I thought.
I couldn't remember which one was which, but yeah, he did do a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, they had different gold teeth. That's how I could tell.
Yeah.
It was mostly their teeth.
And their color. Like one was wearing red, one was wearing blue. So you could always kind of tell, I've thought.
I liked the it was a good movie, man. There's definitely holes in it, but I thought, man, for it to come out and like I didn't really hear much about it. It just kind of came out, and I was like, I did think it was hilarious. And I went to go watch a movie called Sinners on Easter. I thought that was funny.
Yes.
So I did that. I was like, I literally was sitting in the theater, and I was like, that's kind of weird. Maybe and the end of it, I thought was a cool little homage to like 90s fucking culture, and it felt like another movie though. There was a couple of times in it where I was like, oh, this is exactly like something, and you know.
Well, there's like homages to the Thing in there. Like when they take the garlic, it's like the blood scene in the Thing.
Yeah,
like,
it felt very John Carpenter to me. Just with
that's a valid point.
Thing, Assault on Precinct 13th, vampires.
Oh yeah. It did feel like a lot of.
It felt very.
Dude, now I kind of like it more actually.
Yeah, just a kind of campy. I mean, because
it was campy, but it was still.
Yeah, it's not like serious, but I mean, it's campy enough and serious enough that it works well.
Not in the same way like we were talking about Millennium's Crossing. It's a heightened movie. This is a heightened movie. It's not trying to be realistic. The dialogue is not realistic. There's a style to it.
There's a style to it,
but it follows like a certain like rhythm, a certain pattern.
I like when he goes up to that little girl and he's like, "Can you tell time?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You can count?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then he teaches her to like bargain for money, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you hear the horn and you're like, "Okay, I thought it was gonna be cops." That's okay. I guess that surprised me, but like she goes out, it's this buddy or whatever, right? And then he shoots him anyways. I was like, yeah. And then he shoots the other guy, and I was like, I kind of saw it coming, but I was glad they did it. Like I was like, a lot of times they don't do that shit. They'll pull back a little bit, not do what you're like. You should do that. He should shoot that guy because it makes sense what he said. Well, if I don't shoot him, everybody's gonna know he could have stole something from me. And it's like, yeah, dude, good on you, man. Don't let people take advantage of you.
And what makes what's going to make this a rewatchable movie is the characters are cool. The characters,
right?
Like you want to hang out with them. They're cool. Like they're fun characters. They have depth. Like they don't feel like caricatures. Like they all have their little moments, and like it's an hour and a half of build up to like some carnage, but it's never boring. Like you're always getting interesting like character dynamics, and it's always building to something.
They did a good job of like making you forget that this shit was coming.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're not missing it. Yeah.
No, I was more like at one point I was more intrigued by the relationship between Haley Steinfeld and whichever brother it was, because I was like, okay, how did this happen?
Yeah. He invested. Yeah,
and even the other brother, and you know the loss of their kid, and
oh, dude, that was a good scene, and I like. I'll be honest, this is going to sound kind of weird, but I like that they had like a big woman play that role. It made so much sense to me. Like it looked so. She did
look like a New Orleans voodoo.
Yeah, it felt right. It just felt right. I was like, okay, that is a woman that would be living here doing this.
Man,
like I thought she was a great actor.
The scene where he's seeing her and the baby at the end when he's dying, I thought that was so good.
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go see our little one or whatever. I was like, oh.
She tells him to put out the cigarette.
It's the little moments like that you're not expecting the extra little element. That's what surprised me. And then when he suddenly flashed forward and becomes Buddy Guy, I'm like, what the hell? I was like, definitely not expecting that. That's awesome. Yeah. You know,
I knew he was going to.
Those are the surprising parts to me. You know.
Well, so I couldn't remember which guy he was going to be, but I was like, I know he's going to be somebody just because of the blues thing, and it was all revolving around like satanic shit. I was like, if they don't do that, it wouldn't make a lot of sense because it's set up so perfectly to do that with that character.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I mean, most movies would just end before you see him.
That's true.
Though, you know, yeah, that's true. He had his devil at the crossroads moment. Yeah, he goes on to become somebody, but he, you know. When he's riding off after he goes back to his dad's church and and then you see him riding off, still clutching the guitar strings, that would be the end of the movie 9 times out of 10, right? And when you just that a little bit extra, that's what sets it above,
right?
For me, I think those little moments are what set it apart. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I agree. Agreed.
All right, Randy, what are we watching next week?
Dude, I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. Give me a second. What else did y'all watch?
You don't want to watch Killing Zoe?
I don't really give a shit. We can watch that.
It's your pick, man. It's your pick.
I don't have the desire to work on it. Let's just watch that. I don't really care.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen it, so
I've never seen it either. So
it's been
Clay,
a big
you've seen
build-up
it?
at this point.
That's why I didn't want to pick it. Because I was like, fuck, dude. He's gonna be like, that was weak. Like, I like it. I think it's a great movie. But Clay, have you seen Killings though?
you're muted.
I was talking so much there, I figured it would be productive to just mute myself. Yeah, I've seen it a bunch of times. I really liked it. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was pretty sure you had seen it. I just couldn't like be sure. Yeah.
It's an old childhood classic for me.
Cool. Well, I've been holding off on watching it because
no, let's just watch it because I can't come up with something else interesting enough to where next time I'll be more prepared. I'm so busy right now that I fucked up and missed a whole podcast today. And I just completely like zoned out. I mean, fortunately, it was like a homie. It was Rob. He's like, I assume that you forgot we were podcasting because you're live and I'm watching you. And I was like, fuck. I was like, God, I felt such a shithead, man. That's the first time in 2 years that I've done any of that. But yeah, dude, this Sunday is our 2-year anniversary. So I'm doing like a 5-hour podcast live stream. 5-hour live stream. Yeah. I do 3 hours anyways, and it ain't that big a deal. I'm just gonna do a little longer.
Sounds like a marathon to me, bro.
It's a lot. I make good money doing the live streams, and I really appreciate everybody's contributions. So I feel like doing something nice and just not expecting any kind of like super chats, just like hanging out with the homies and shit. You know, we hit 1 million views. We're at 100,000 viewed hours. 2 years, almost 11K subs. Like, I'm rocking and rolling, bro. Like, the channel is fucking doing its thing now. And I know where it's headed at this point. I'm not concerned about it. I don't think about it. It's just what I do now. And it's pretty fucking cool, man. And then I got this ridiculous ass fucking camera now. So we'll have pretty good live footage from here on out. So
hell yeah.
Pretty stoked, dude.
Awesome.
Oh, bro, I'm going to fucking Vegas in May. I'm going to the Bay Area in June, and in July I'm going to New York City. And then in August and September there was 2 places that I might go, but I'm dropping UFC. I'm not watching UFC anymore. I'm not paying for it anymore. I'm fucking tired of the Donald Trump bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking done, bro. And I'm gonna take the money that I spend on that and I'm gonna put that towards a trip every quarter. So I can go every quarter. I can pay for the trip. It won't cost me any extra money because it's the money I was spending on that anyways.
So you don't like America anymore?
I fucking hate America. The way we're behaving right now. Fuck this place, man.
I gotta bounce, y'all. I'm checking out. I'll see y'all.
All right.
All right.
Later, dude.
Later, guys.